This is our capstone project on Solaritas Inc. Leadership Challenges in a Fast-Growing Industry by Alex Lindsay, Paige Storier, and Neil Ryden. Solaritas was founded in 2003. They're a network optimization company that was started by three MIT engineers. They're previously a leading firm, and they did very well every year up until 2008 when they started to experience some significant declines in growth rate. By 2011, their growth rate had gone down to 17%. Their CEO, Philip Boyer, believes that this is due to a high turnover rate, low company morale, and a lack of cooperation between divisions. Because of this, he brought in a consultant, but that their recommendations was not implemented due to it not being taken seriously. He later found Carla Reese, who is a strong organizational consultant who had worked previously with fast-growing high-tech companies. Carla decided to meet individually with Boyer and all five senior vice presidents to pinpoint some of the issues happening at Solaritas. Following this, she did a 2-day offset meeting with all six executives in the same room to speak freely. And this is where a lot of the issues really became very clear. So we're going to be speaking about these issues in depth in our position statement and analysis. Now to Neil for the position statement.
In the early stages of Solaritas, the senior management team functioned well, but after Boyer's two other co-founders left the company, Boyer was left to feel as if he is the only one who understands the company's structure and long-term vision. Solaritas has grown to over 1,000 employees, and Boyer needs help running the business from his senior vice presidents. However, the team has become dysfunctional, specifically in their lack of transparency and trust, unaligned divisional goals, and poor teamwork. And now, Alex will talk about the analysis.
Okay, so our first point that we want to analyze is the lack of transparency and trust. Since the departure of the other two co-founders of Solaritas a few years ago, Boyer feels that he is the only one with the big picture of the business. He does go to his senior vice presidents for information to aid in his decision, but he does not listen to their opinions and makes all major decisions himself. Once he's made a decision, he starts the next weekly meeting with how things are going to be handled. This sets a terrible precedent and shows he has no trust in his senior vice presidents. The vice presidents are frustrated that they are not included in decisions, and to make matters worse, several of the decisions Boyer has made had to be reversed after a couple days, causing unnecessary stress and extra work. Now on to the next topic, your goals. Boyer thought that the company's goals and objectives were properly explained so that all would understand. Boyer refers all employees to his mission statement and takes his senior vice presidents on a retreat every year to explain company goals. However, his SVPs claim that the goals and objectives are too vague and lead to multiple interpretations. This issue has led different divisions to come up with ideas and plans that conflict with each other. The team does hold weekly meetings, but company goals are not discussed at all, only administrative matters. Once goals are communicated at the beginning of the year, they are never addressed again until next year's retreat. So now I'm going to talk about poor teamwork. So all the SVPs have said that there's hardly any coordination between divisions of the company. Coordination simply doesn't happen unless Boyer specifically requests cross-division collaboration on a project. More specifically, all the SVPs have had issues working with Dave Lloyd, the SVP of Sales and Marketing. Dave and the sales team are constantly making promises to clients that production cannot keep up with. This forces the production team to change their production schedule to be able to fulfill Lloyd's promises. The other SVPs also feel that Lloyd is the reason the company is suffering, since sales is the only division that's underperforming. As a result of these discussions, Boyer decided to fire Lloyd. However, this decision only treats the wound and not the underlying symptom of poor teamwork. And now we're going to talk about the short-term recommendations.
So for short-term recommendations, we suggest that Celeritas make team issues a priority in the Monday team meetings instead of during individual conversations with the CEO. So this will help to develop a clear method of dealing with conflicts. It'll make for great communication for the group. They'll be able to work on that and they'll build some trust. There will be no more gossiping and speaking behind closed doors. Along with this, personal issues will be taken out of the equation over time, and the team can then deal with actual business on hand. Our second suggestion is to implement discussing strategy during the team meetings on Mondays as well. Everyone can then discuss how these strategies will or will not affect their individual departments, and this will create a healthier work environment and make for a stronger team. These conversations with the executive team will make them feel more like a unit. And even if these strategies have no correlation with their specific department, everybody will feel as if they're in on the conversation for reaching the company goals. And along with this, this will definitely help to clear up any confusion across departments that was previously there due to lack of communication.
So for our long-term recommendations, we feel Boyer should host more out-of-office social events and gatherings with his senior vice presidents and immediate subordinates to build more trust and aid in the restoring and building of relationships among his employees. Specifically, the out-of-work social events we recommend are nice dinners, taking the team to sporting events, taking them to concerts, and golf outings. It is important that he remembers the sporting events and concerts should be social events where his coworkers can talk with one another. So we recommend he rent out a box. This will give them the liberty to walk around and talk to one another instead of sitting in a row of seats. Boyer should also host an annual meeting with all the employees to help each employee understand how they fit into the organization and why they do the jobs they do every day. The goal of the meeting is to help motivate and coordinate the employees in the company so they will be able to understand why each achievement is so amazing and they can take pride in their roles of reaching them. In order for Celeritas to obtain the goal of the meeting, Boyer must speak to all the employees. This will allow him to be viewed in a more positive light as the leader of the company who cares about his employees. During his talk, he should discuss the achievements over the past year and the company goals for the next year so that every employee can understand. The senior vice presidents should also give a talk on their divisional goals and the strategies they will be implementing to reach them. This way, their employees and the employees of other divisions will be able to understand each division's goals and strategies. That is our project. Thank you so much.